Our next guest has performed in front of many audiences over the years as a stand-up comedian. And now she's taking all those stage skills she's acquired over the years to inspire women to conquer their fears together. Here's a motivational clip from a recent women's leadership conference at Pace University.
I discovered something when I was on the road that was pretty tragic. As I've said, it's a man's industry out there, so you would think that all the women out on the road would kind of band together. They were horrible. I was treated worse by the women than I was by the men. Now, not to take away from a couple of my best friends who are female comedians, but they are catty, they are backstabbing, they all want to be the only token female. It's awful. And women can be like that. You know, you are one. Every time we meet another woman, we got to check her out, make sure she's got more flaws than us so we can feel better about ourselves. And if she doesn't, we just hate her. Stop competing with each other. Compete with your fears instead and help each other. Open doors for each other. Help each other be unstoppable. I mean, wouldn't that be one heck of a women's movement?
Well said. That's all part of what Christina Irene calls superpowerment. Christina now joins us. Superpowerment, but man, women can be harsh, right?
Yes.
Let's turn the tide. Let's change this around.
Absolutely, yes.
So you're a comedian by trade, so what made you become a women's empowerment speaker?
Well, yet another fun adventure. So last time I was on this show, I was promoting a fundraiser for the Canine Rescue of Central Pennsylvania, and I was actually coming out of hiatus as a comedian to do that. I hadn't done it in ages, and I got back and I did that show, and it was so much fun, and I thought, okay, I'm doing this again now. I love this. The idea of taking an entire room full of people and giving them such a positive emotion, it's so powerful. So, but I didn't want to go back out on the road and do the comedy club scene again or anything like that. You know, I have a mortgage and a dog, and it just wasn't the life. I didn't want to return to that life. So I thought I'm going to start doing comedy at colleges, and I was looking into that and speaking to a friend of mine in the business, and he just stopped me. He said, Christina, you're a very good comedian, but you need to be a speaker. And I was like, wow, I can do that?
Yeah, good.
Yes,
good.
Let's do this.
And now you know what you want to be when you grow up, right?
Oh, I'm still not going to be a grown-up. Something.
So to be a motivational speaker, I mean, why women's empowerment? Why is that what you're promoting? Because
it's needed. Because it's needed, and because I didn't realize how needed it was until I had to experience things. And when I went on the road as a comedian, I was only 20 years old when I started, and I experienced all kinds of things that I didn't think existed. You know, sexual harassment and discrimination and other things that happen, I thought those were a myth. You know, we had a women's movement 50 years ago. Things are okay now, but they're not. So I'm out there pointing these things out and giving some skills to kind of get past those.
Yeah, because I'm sure that was, especially at 20 years old, kind of tough to get past.
It was interesting.
I mean, how did you deal with this? What do you tell other women now?
Well, for example, one of the things that I encountered on the road was it's very much a man's world. So women working in male-centered, male-dominated jobs, a lot of times when you advance or when you make progress in that job, it gets assumed that it's being done for the wrong reason, and that you're sleeping your way to the top or anything like that. That happened to me a lot. And
that's not cool.
When that happened, I didn't really have any choice other than prove that I deserved to be there. And that's kind of what we have to do. We just have to prove that we deserve to be there. And it challenges us to be better. And if I didn't have that challenge, I never would have made it on the road. I would have been in my parents' basement within a year. I would have washed up. But instead, I did hundreds and hundreds of shows in 32 states, I think it was, because I stepped up to that challenge. And the other thing that's important to remember is that, you know, while you're watching the people beside you scrutinize you and judge you and make poor assumptions about why you're there, don't forget about why you're there. So for me, as a comedian, I had to kind of let go of what people were saying around me and focus on doing my job, making the audience laugh.
Good for you.
So whatever your job is, just do your job and do it well and take care of the people you're there to serve.
Just want to point out to folks, this is really fun, and you came up with this whole superhero costume with thrift store finds.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Maybe you can teach us how to do this.
Sometimes when I'm alone by myself, I like to put it on just to feel powerful again.
Good for you. Absolutely. How can we reach you to get you to come speak?
I have a website, so just think power and empowerment, which is the things I do together. So it's you mush them together, it's superpowerment.com. You can see on my website more clips, other things that I do, some inspirational messages, and you can contact me on there.
Well, I hope you'll come back and see us and tell us about more, inspiration that you're sharing out there, because I think our audience women needs to hear it.
I think all women need to hear it.
Absolutely. Christina, thank you so much.